I did okay.
Yeah, that's great.
How'd you do?
Um, so anyway, the weather's kind of cold here.
That makes me feel better.
No, I did horrible on it. I'm gonna have to really study. So
I felt like it was pretty hard.
yeah, I mean, I studied like crazy for it. Did terrible. I studied a little bit for my microeconomics class and did well on that. I mean, it makes no sense, but what it is.
My wife was sick, and I stayed home from work with her, and I spent a whole day studying it. And I thought, man, I'm gonna ace this thing. And there was still, it was way over my head.
Yeah.
Hello.
How about this week?
Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi. Okay, let's see. Over here.
Well, I'm recording and ready to go.
Awesome. Thanks for doing that every week.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
As long as I don't have to read the whole thing every week.
No problem.
I can't stand hearing myself speak, and when I read it, there's a chance I might hear myself. I don't know. This week didn't seem like it was too bad. At least like all the concepts were like something relatable.
Well, I'm glad you felt that way.
Oh, I've got to answer my door real quick. I'll be right back.
No problem. Did you not get along with the reading very well, Marnie?
Oh, I think it's just because I haven't been sleeping well, but I'm having to read it over and over. I struggle with going back and forth, looking at the figures and the diagrams and saying, okay, do I really understand what they're talking about? I'm more of a, if you do the figure in the diagram, I want to watch you draw it and have you talk about it while you're drawing it. Because otherwise I'm looking at it going, okay, which piece of that are they discussing at this point?
Yeah, I find myself doing the same thing a lot.
Yeah.
So I went down and had it printed because my other struggle is, you know, if you're reading it on a screen, you've passed the place where the picture shows up, and you can't see the picture and read at the same time, and that's always bothered me with these online textbooks, but there's really no way around it. So.
Last semester, I bought the paper copy to go along with the book, and that kind of helped, like just having a paper copy of the book. But it was $40, and like I only used it a couple times.
Yeah.
If you're having a problem with the room on your screen, you could hook up your computer to a TV or just another monitor.
Yeah.
I have multiple monitors myself. Really easy doing.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. I'm having a hard time signing in.
Yeah, just let her know.
Connect.
I won't see her before then. Cool, thanks.
Oh, with the homework, has anyone started that? I got confused on one of the graphs. I just could not do it.
I'm part of the way into the homework. I think I just finished question 13.
Yeah, I haven't started it.
So.
I just skipped it and just kept going on, but it was actually question number 6, which I mentioned.
Oh.
Which just the gap. I kept putting the gap in, but I don't know. I just can't seem to click on it, or the graph.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't do that either. That was weird. I'm trying to think.
I don't know if I'm just doing something wrong or what.
Yeah, it was just weird.
Yeah. I feel like I know the answer, but it just doesn't want to give it to me.
I couldn't get it to work. I just skipped over that one too. Yeah. Not great.
No.
Okay, we ready?
Yep.
Or the quiz?
Everyone's got it up? I can read it.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, as the economy declines into recession, the collection of personal income tax revenues automatically falls. This phenomenon best illustrates how a progressive income tax system increases crowding out in the economy, decreases real interest rates in the economy, offsets the timing problem for fiscal policy, or serves as an automatic stabilizer for the economy. You guys' answers are?
D.
D.
D. Yeah.
Yep, D. Okay, question number 2. Due to automatic stabilizers, when a nation's total income rises, government transfers spending. Increase and tax revenues decrease, decreases and tax revenues increase, and tax revenues decrease, or and tax revenues increase. And your answers are
B.
B is what I have.
B.
Question number 3. Refer to the graph above. A budget surplus would be associated with GDP level H, J, K, or L. What do you guys got?
L.
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 Okay. Question number 4. The cyclical adjusted budget estimates the federal budget deficit or surplus if the rate of inflation were 0, or the economy were at full employment, or the MPC were 0, or the government had a balanced budget. You guys' answers are?
B.
I have B.
I got B now. Question number 5. The cyclical adjusted deficit as a percentage of GDP is 2% in year 1. This cyclical adjusted deficit becomes 1% of GDP in year 2. It can be concluded from year 1 to year 2 that fiscal policy was more expansionary, or fiscal policy was more contractionary, or federal government is decreasing taxes, or the federal government is increasing spending. And you guys got?
I got B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contracting, yeah. We all agree B?
Yeah, B on that one.
Yep.
Okay, question number 6. So refer to the data table above. The direction of fiscal policy became more contractionary from 2005 to 2006, or 2001 to 2002, or 2002 to 2003, or 2003 to 2004. You guys' answers are?
I got B on that
I
one.
got C, too. Yeah, because that's the only one that's bigger negative.
I got A.
Oh, A?
2001 to 2002.
Well, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but it looks like 2005 to 2006 is negative 1.8 to negative 1.8. So that is still that would be close contract.
Yeah, are they growing between those 2 years? Negative 2.6 to negative 1.9.
Yeah, I put sorry.
Oh no.
Oh, fine.
I got the wrong one. So you guys put
B on that one, right?
Oh, I got C.
no.
C.
I put D.
We're
I
all over.
have B.
So it was lowest at 2003, and it started growing from 2003 to 2004. So D. Okay. I must have clicked the wrong one by accident. I understand it.
So are we choosing B? Or well.
So contractionary means that the government is
Getting
Get smaller, right?
yeah, its bank account is going up. And
Oh
so,
yeah, I guess it would be B because it's a greater difference.
well, no, not B because
C is negative 1.5 to negative 3.4. So would it be C?
well, contractionary means that the government is its bank account is going to be increasing.
Okay.
And so from 1999, it increased from 1999 to 2000, but that's not an answer. And then it decreased from 2000 to 2003. And then in 2003, it starts increasing again. It's still negative, but it's increasing. So I would guess from 2003 to 2004 would be the answer that the government is isn't spending as much anymore.
Well, I thought contractionary meant it was getting
Smaller.
smaller. It was they were trying to reduce the surplus. I don't know.
Well,
Is it expansionary? I don't know.
let's look up the reading here.
When we're looking at this, we should be looking at the right side, the cyclical adjusted, right?
That's
Yeah.
what I was looking at, but let's see if I can find.
Contractionary means it's higher negatives, contracting. And the greatest amount of contracting was 2001 to 2002.
Yeah, it would go a full 2 points, right? Because it goes from 1.1 to negative 0.1 to negative
1.1, right?
Okay.
Is
So
that right?
contractionary means that the government is
Spending less
Spending less,
okay.
and earning more money, right?
right? Budget deficit. Oh gosh. Let's see. Expansionary, contractionary.
Well, the definition of it is causing or relating to the contraction of the country's economy.
So the way I was thinking that I with that definition, if the government is trying to contract the economy, it's going to be spending less, and its budget is going to be more surplus than deficit.
Well, that gives it, like, for example, underneath the definition, he imposed a contractionary fiscal policy in the form of a tax surcharge. So, if you want to contract the economy, higher taxes.
Which, if the government raises taxes, then the government budget is going to be higher.
Or they could be paying up. What we know is when there's higher taxes, it means less consumption, so it affects the overall GDP.
So I guess we're looking at this from two different ways. GDP is going to be getting smaller in a contractionary, but are the numbers we're looking at, is that GDP or is it the actual government budget?
I was under the impression that it's government budget.
So I think we're coming at this from the same angle. We're just looking at the numbers from a different angle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the government.
I understand what you're saying, Wes.
I think we're to the next conclusion because it could just save it.
I don't know. Well, let's just pick one and give it a try and see what happens. But I see what you're saying, Wes. It makes sense.
Either it's 2001 to 2002, or it's the opposite of what I'm saying, and it's the one that's the most positive. So.
Yeah, it's either B or C. Or sorry, B or D.
B or D.
Yeah.
I'm fine with either one. I'm willing to fall on the sword this week if necessary. For the thing. So.
Okay.
What do we feel most confident about? Or whoever's
Whatever you guys want to do.
These two.
Why don't we just pick B for now, and then I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and move on then.
Okay. Question number 7. A major reason that the public debt cannot bankrupt the federal government is because the public debt is mostly held by foreigners, or the federal government has the Social Security Trust Fund, or the public debt can be easily refinanced by issuing new bonds, or the federal government can draw on its gold reserves. What do you guys got?
I have
D.
C.
D.
Yeah. Question number 8. When the federal government uses taxation and spending actions to stimulate the economy, it is conducting fiscal policy or incomes policy or monetary policy or unemployment policy. And you guys got?
A.
I have A as well.
Yeah, that was easy. Question number 9. When the federal government takes the budgetary action to stimulate the economy or rein in inflation, such policy is active monetary policy, automatic fiscal policy, discretionary fiscal policy, or active federal policy. And you guys got?
I have C.
Okay.
Yeah, I also have C on that one.
Yeah. Question number 10. When changes in taxes and government spending occur in the economy without explicit action by Congress, such policy is called blank fiscal policy. Cyclical, or implicit, or discretionary, or non-discretionary. You guys got?
D.
D.
D on that one.
It's D. Question number 11. Fiscal policy is enacted through changes in interest rates and the price level, or the supply of money and foreign exchange, or unemployment and inflation, or taxation and government spending. And you guys got?
D.
I have D as well.
Yep. It's D. Question number 12. In the U.S., Congress passed legislation to raise taxes to control demand pull inflation. Then this would be an example of an supply-side fiscal policy, or expansionary fiscal policy, or contractionary fiscal policy, or non-discretionary fiscal policy. You guys got?
C.
C. Is that C that's in cat or D?
Yeah.
Is it,
C is in
Cat.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it's raising taxes, shrinking
Yeah.
consumption, which lowers GDP. Question number 13. One timing problem in using fiscal policy to counter a recession is the recognition lag that occurs between the start of the recession and the time it takes to recognize that the recession has started, or start of a predicted recession and the actual start of the recession, or time fiscal action is taken and the time that the action has its effect on the economy, or time the need or the fiscal action is recognized and the time that the action is taken. You guys got?
A.
A.
Yep. Question number 14. The lag between the time that the need for fiscal action is recognized and the time action is actually taken is referred to as crowding out lag, or recognition lag, or operational lag, or administrative lag. And you guys got?
D.
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 Yep. Question number 15. State and local governments are limited in their ability to respond to recessions because of local politics and politicians, or their desires to always run budget surpluses, or the lack of proper economic research and assistance, or constitutional and other requirements to balance their budgets. You guys got?
D.
D.
Yep. Question 16. The crowding out effect suggests that increases in consumption are always at expense of saving, or increases in government spending will close a recessionary expenditure gap, or increases in government spending may reduce private investment, or high taxes reduce both consumption and saving. And you guys got?
C.
C is what I have.
Yeah.
Crowding out is a decrease in private investment caused by increased taxation by the government, or increased borrowing by the government, or increased consumer spending by households, or increased exports to buyers in other nations. You guys got?
I got B.
Yep.
Question 18. The Social Security program is designed to pay current retirees using funds from their past contributions, current retirees using funds from current contributions, or the lower income groups using funds collected from high-income groups or older current workers using funds from younger current workers. And you guys got?
B.
I have B as well.
Yep.
A federal budget deficit exists when federal government assets are less than liabilities in a given year. Federal government spending exceeds tax revenues in a given year. Federal government spending is increasing in a given year, or federal government taxation is decreasing in a given year. And you guys got?
B.
Yep.
I got B.
Question 20. How is the public debt calculated? By subtracting the government's total liabilities from its total assets, or by calculating cumulative.
Accumulating?
I don't know why I couldn't say that. Annual government purchases over time, or by subtracting current government spending from current government tax revenues, or by cumulative differences between tax revenues and government spending over the years. And you guys got?
D.
Yeah. D.
D.
All right, you guys ready for me to do this then?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll submit it now. Looks like I got 95%. Let me figure out which one was wrong.
Oh.
Well, that's probably the one that we were talking about.
Thanks.
Yeah, Wesley, or Wes, you were right.
Yes.
Really?
I was right or was I wrong?
Oh, it was D, from 2003 to 2004.
My bad.
So, Wes, you were correct on that one.
Oh, no, I was wrong on that one. I said 2001.
Oh, well, I mean, or is it, you're Wesley.
Oh, there's two Wes. Sorry. I got confused. The other Wes.
Hey, what did we get on? My computer stopped working for a second. What was 18?
For 1 second.
B.
B.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I just missed one, so I think I'll survive.
I'm still curious why it's 6. Is it because they want to contract it?
Well,
More contractionary. I see what you're saying. It's going more in favor of the government because the government has more money, right? Collecting more money.
yeah. What's contracting is GDP.
GDP.
And it's contracting because the government is spending less or taxing more. And when the government spends more or taxes less, the government budget gets higher.
Right.
And so if those numbers are the government's numbers, what would be in the government's bank account, then you can see that the numbers, when their bank account gets bigger, they're spending less and contracting GDP.
Got it. That makes sense.
Okay.
Cool. Alrighty. Did we have anything else we needed to discuss?
Did anyone figure out question 6, how to do that graph?
How to do the graph?
On the homework.
Oh.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if I
haven't quite got there yet, so I don't know.
let me look. It's
This weird arrow thing that I feel
yeah. It is a weird thing. Let me see.
Oh, what graph is on it?
Isn't the gap between the full employment and the equilibrium?
You know, I can't even see a graph on mine. It's not even loading.
Oh, really?
They must have a problem with it.
Yeah, I can't figure it out. I was thinking that the dotted line going straight up and down is full employment, right? At 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get. I thought it would be from that line, and I don't know. I guess
equilibrium, I thought.
Yeah.
Then I played around with it. I kept moving it, but no matter where I moved it, I just.
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't sit well on there. And you try and drag. Well, you can drag the arrow, but
You can actually expand it. If you click on it, you can expand it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I keep moving it up and down and random places. I just.
yeah, and I keep getting,
Zero.
when I check your work, check the homework, check the
Yeah.
work, I still get 0 on it. So I can't. I gave up and moved on.
I did the same thing.
It's like I don't understand this.
Yeah, not at all.
And when I went to the textbook, I couldn't find anything that looked like it was answering the question either. So
And yeah.
You can email the tech people at the textbook company, and sometimes with the graphs,
Yeah.
they'll check and see if they can help you with it.
Okay. Well, I didn't get the question right at the bottom either, so I was at a loss all the way around on that one. So it just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm at a loss too.
So I just figured, okay, if I miss one, that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, we even got partially right. At least there's a top question.
Yeah, I got the top question part right, so
That's
the rest of it, I'll just see how it goes. It's all right.
If I figure it out, I'll let you guys know.
All right.
So how'd you guys do on the exam? Was it fun?
It's definitely harder than the other one, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not a fair exam at times. Some of the wording and the questions was
I
crazy.
know. It was just,
And
it
so-
I
was
did-
kind of process of elimination on a lot of them, but then it was like there were 2. You could eliminate 2 pretty easily, and then the last 2, it was like, oh, 50-50 chance here. I don't know.
I did it last night, and I don't even know if it recorded all my answers, because when the test got finished, it said, this is timed out. And so I was doing it really late, like right up against the Right.
Oh, no.
but I got a 76%, and for how I thought I would do, I thought, yeah, that's about how I felt like I did. So I don't know if it actually didn't record the last set of answers, or so until he lets me know, because I couldn't even go into the Brightspace or whatever it is we're using now. I couldn't even go in there and say, okay, yes, I finished it, because it said, oh, nope, you've exceeded your time or whatever, because I didn't log in after. I'm like, I'm not going to worry about it. I turned in my recording. I'm done.
There you go. I have a proctor, so I just do that.
What did you end
It
up
forces
getting?
me. Pardon me?
How did you end up doing?
I did way better than I kept thinking. Please let at least 80%, and I ended up with 90, which I don't know how I did that, but I don't know. I was not as confident, but I've done much worse on other tests. So I don't know.
He doesn't curve the grades on the tests in this class, does he?
No.
I don't think so. I think if you do the Learn Smart, it helps.
Yeah, you get 5% bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I can't. Oh wait, you can. This the line, you can turn it upside down.
You can turn it upside down.
You can. It rotates in a circle.
Oh.
I got 100%. I figured it out. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the aggregate expenditures, and between the 45-degree line, you just put it in between them on the full employment line.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And then you subtract the aggregate expenditures. What's that 45-degree angle? I forgot what it was. It was
The 45-degree angle, what is that? That's
I should know this.
that's if you spend, isn't it? If let's see. That would be equilibrium all the way up, depending on how much income or GDP or expenditures. I don't know.
Well, yeah, so you just subtract those two, and it's 1,250 for the dollar amount, the gap.
Oh.
Good, I'm glad we figured that out.
Oh, cool. There you go. That worked. Yeah, that was really confusing.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know you could rotate it.
I didn't either.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good